Hello, hello, hello. This is Luton Moss again with Mountain West Connection. Today we got a very special guest talking for the second time with David Roddy. Thanks for hopping on with me today, man.
Man, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, so just jumping right into it. Last time we talked, you guys had just finished up the Paradise Jam. You guys swept through that. You obviously got the Paradise Jam MVP. But since then, a lot has gone on. You guys have had conference play, a lot of ups and downs, but overall, it's been a pretty steady rise up. Last conference game is tomorrow against Boise State. That's been sold out for a couple weeks now. Seems like the home crowd's going to get really psyched for that one. But the one thing I did want to touch on real quick is tomorrow they're going to be honoring Kendall Moore and Adam Thistlewood. Obviously, guys you've played with for a while, have been a year ahead of you. I just wanted kind of get your thoughts on um, how have they impacted you and the program over the years.
Yeah, those two are the cornerstones or the pillars, of this new program here at CSU. Coming in, as freshmen, I kind of learned a lot from them, and just wanted to learn from them as much as possible. The way they compete, the way they, you know, um, just work out, the way they just show up, first one in, last one out. It's been a great time for sure.
Yeah, Kendall Moore specifically had a really big game against Utah State last game, putting up 23 points. How big was that for him and kind of for your team, knowing that he's had a little bit slower ride this year, but could you see kind of a boost in confidence in him that game?
Yeah, I would say so, 100%. Again, he's a warrior. He just sticks with it. And what is there? Someone moving in or something?
Oh, no, you're good.
I'm hearing
Sorry, I think.
like something moving consistently or something.
Sorry?
I think like there's like scratching noises or something.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I must have been just playing around with something.
No, you're good. No worries, no
Sorry
worries.
about that.
But yeah, no, Kendall has been, he's been great. Again, struggling shooting. Everybody goes through slumps and everything, and he really brought it on the defensive end. I think that's the most important part of him as a basketball player. He, no matter if he's scoring or not, he's still going to give all of his energy on defense. And I think that's one of the best facets of his game. So once he saw one or two knocked down, I knew he was in the rhythm, and he's just making big shots, and we needed him to win that game too in a tough environment like Utah State.
Yeah, definitely. Luckily, those two have another year of eligibility, Kendall Moore and Adam Thistlewood. So we might get to see them in the green and gold one more year. A guy who actually doesn't have another year of eligibility, but is a newcomer, Chandler Jacobs. He's also getting honored tomorrow. He's only been there for a year, but he's had huge games against Boise State, Wyoming, stepped up really big late against them. Just wanted to ask you, since it's kind of taken a while, and I talked to Chandler a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about that adjustment period, like playing with new guys. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, was there like that initial adjustment period with Chandler Jacobs? Because he's such like a dynamic player when he gets it going, when he gets that confidence going. Did it take a while to kind of figure out exactly how he fits into that offense for you guys?
Yeah, I would say so. It didn't take as long as I expected it to. Again, our system is pretty complicated, and for Chandler to join in and jump into what the program has been doing and the trajectory of our basketball team, I'm really impressed with the way he just kind of just absorbed everything and just kind of went on the fly with us. So he adjusted really well. Just had to get new terminology and understanding the plays, but he's a basketball player, so he knows the foundations of what we do, and he's just a great talent, and I'm super glad that I got to play with him a year. He's D2 National Player of the Year, and a very, very high IQ guy. So yeah, no, he's just been a great addition to the team.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Just going into you a little bit. Obviously, you came into the year, you were the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. So people predicting you would be the Mountain West Player of the Year. So obviously, you had a lot of growth before this year. But I wanted to get from your perspective what you think you've grown the most throughout this year. Obviously, you had the non-conference play where you guys went undefeated, but the Mountain West is so difficult this year, and you've had so many good games. Where do you think you've grown the most throughout this year?
Yeah, I would say it would be um my just my consistency, whether that's consistency to my mental approach. I would say, basketball is 90% mental and 10% just playing the game. So understanding that I've put a lot of work in over the past 2.5 years, and now it's starting to show, and now I just want to be as consistent as possible with that. I think that's the biggest thing that kind of got me over the hurdle this off season, was just understanding, hey, I got to give myself some grace sometimes, as well as, just learning as much as possible and just accepting what I need to work on first. I think, those definitely, accumulated into, this season that I'm having, this year. So, man, it's just been a fun ride, and, hopefully there'll be a lot more games coming up.
Yeah, for sure. The one move I wanted to like talk with you specifically that I've noticed recently, I saw it in the Nevada game. I think I saw it in the Wyoming game. Is that one-footed fadeaway you're taking? That's a little growth I've seen from you. I was curious, like, where did the idea to develop that move originate? Because it looks a lot like Dirk. It looks a lot like kind of what Jokic and Durant are doing now. Did you take that move from any players, or was that something you developed in the off season?
Yeah, it's something I developed in the off season. Actually, I've been working on that move since freshman year. So, that's kind of the cycle of development. You work on a lot of stuff that not a lot of people see. And, once you get confidence within yourself that you'll, trust it in the game, that's when you'll use it. So, basically this season, probably late last season and this season, I've been using that. So that's pretty much 2 years in the making. So, that's just a huge, development piece, as well as a huge testament to the coaching staff for just repping it out day after day. Starting out with our foundations, form shooting, as well as post ups and post hooks and everything. Like everything that I do, I worked on it for about 2.5 years now, so it's starting to become natural.
Awesome. Yeah, and is that like does that come with like being more mentally like what you were saying, like more mentally into the game? Is that like do you pick your spots more wisely, do you think, or do those types of moves just come naturally with the flow of the game?
Yeah, I would say it comes naturally, but we definitely do work on getting to spots, and choosing the right move, if and reading the defender and everything like that. But it's kind of like a tree. It's kind of like a route tree where you're at one spot, but you have multiple options to score. So having those is very, very important, and it's very crucial to become a well versed player.
Cool. Yeah. So I know there's been a lot of talk, and I don't want to like put you on the spot, but have you thought about like your next move after CSU? I mean, if you want to go ahead and say you're coming back for another year, you can do it right here if you want. But I know you're in the middle of the season. I know you're finish up conference play, but has that like crossed your mind at all about kind of the next steps you're going to take in your career?
Yeah, no, I haven't put too much thought about it. Thought of it. I'm still, again, focusing, like you said, focusing on the remainder of the season. But I'll probably have some decisions to make in the off season. But I'm trying to do what's best for myself as well as my family. So again, we'll just see what happens, and if I come back, I'll be super, super happy. And if the opposite happens, and I get to achieve my dream, that'll be awesome too. So just, again, focusing on the season and just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, I think I speak for everyone when every CSU fan when I say I think we'll be happy for you either way. But I'm sure you'll hear a lot of those one more year chants tomorrow at the Boise State game, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So I didn't want to take you too long, but I did just want to kind of run some rapid fire questions for you at the end here, if that's cool.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. All right, cool. I just wanted to first one, what's your favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie has to be. Oh, that's a tough one. Space Jam for sure.
Space Jam.
Hmm.
Awesome. First or second?
First one. I watched the second one, and I was like, I'm too old to watch it, so I don't get the same feel from it.
Yeah, I feel you. What's your go-to pregame playlist consist of?
Man, a lot of stuff. Just current rap. Um, 21 Savage is one of my favorite artists. He's usually in the rotation, as well as the new Gunna album. and then some other local guys some underground guys that not a lot of other people have heard of. But yeah, it's very very diverse, I would say.
Mostly hip hop though.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the best post-win meal in Fort Collins? What's your go-to
Best
spot?
post win meal. Our hibachi spot. So I forgot what it's called. Our the chef, his name is High, and he is always around the team. We always order from him post game, and his hibachi and chicken and fried rice is always amazing after the game.
Hibachi. All right.
Mhm.
What was your favorite part about growing up in Minnesota?
I would say just the activities. You kind of get a little bit of everything. I mean, you get a lot of snow, but in the summers you get a little bit of everything, right? You get theme parks, the state fair. You can go on the lake with your friends as well. Go up north and kind of go hunting if you want. Like, there's so many things to do. Go to the Mall of America too. There's just so many activities in Minnesota that you're always kind of busy and always having fun.
Cool. And then what's been your favorite part about living in Colorado the last few years?
I think it's just looking at the mountains, really. It's just amazing, how close we are to the mountains and to Horsetooth and everything. And I haven't gone hiking yet, but I definitely need to in the off season just to say I did it. So Joe Deciman is the hiker, as well as Colin, who are both on staff. So I might have to venture out with them and hopefully don't get eaten by any bobcats.
Joe Deciman, CSU legend. Have you hiked up to the A at all?
No, I've drove up there and seen it, but no, I haven't hiked up to the A yet.
That counts. The like lack of breath you get from the elevation, that should count.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. All right. So last question, and I do have a caveat because I know what you're going to say if I don't put this caveat in.
Okay.
Most difficult player you've ever had to guard, and you can't say Isaiah Stevens.
Okay. Toughest player I had to guard. I'd say, well, in college it has to be. I think. Well, I had to guard Vernon Carey my freshman year for a little bit. Um, yeah, no, super super strong guy. I mean, he's in the NBA now, and with the Hornets. So he's a beast, as well as in our conference. Orlando Robinson's super tough to guard because he's just he's 7'1" and really strong and really skilled. So I'd say those two guys are pretty tough.
Yeah, Orlando Robinson of Fresno State. Cool. That's all I got for you, man. Is there anything you want to say to CSU fans ahead of the Boise State game tomorrow, last home game of the year?
Yeah, just thank you guys so much for your support over this season. It's been amazing just to see from empty stands last year in COVID, and I know everybody was watching whenever they could and supporting. So to have you guys back and to have 5 straight sellouts is just a huge testament to you all. I'm super super appreciative of it, and hopefully there will be a lot more sellouts in the future. So thank you so much for your support, and we're going to get this win for you tomorrow, hopefully, and just have a great rest of the season.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that Boise State is tomorrow. It tips off at 6:30 Mountain Time, CBS Sports Network. This game has been sold out for over 2 weeks now. I was looking at ticket prices, and they're highest ticket prices I've seen in a while. So you guys have done an awesome job building this program, and I think I speak for every fan when I say that. But yeah, Boise State tomorrow, and then we got the Mountain West tournament starting next week. Thanks so much, David. I really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.